Today we're going to be playing some status Nilfgaard. This is a deck I said I'd get around to playing. Just on a high level here, the idea of this deck is you do put out a bunch of statuses. The statuses boost cards and get payoff from things like Servant, from things like Seditious Aristocrat, from things like Thirsty Dame. You get a bunch of payoff from getting the opponent's statuses, and the statuses kill the opponent, they lock their units, just to be very disruptive. As far as our own big tempo point plays, we have a few point options here in Usurper Officer, now that he got buffed. Pretty popular. We're not going to be trying too much that's too different from the standard deck here. We play pretty standard Nilfgaard status here, just based on what I've seen people play against me. It's a pretty common deck. We have the Emir for an opener in round 2 or 3, where you set up a couple of engines at once. Masquerade Ball is really great. Ardfiend for consistency, Roderick for consistency. We are playing the double hunting pack, so this deck is very consistent for a deck that doesn't play a ton of tutor cards, because the Ardfiend really does a lot of good for you. It's a very strong card in this deck, gives you a lot of points, gives you a lot of consistency, and you can set up things later on for our big tempo plays, which is going to be the Coup and the Joachim. If you don't actually get all of your units, you can stack them with Ardfiend, and then play Joachim, and he'll grab them off the top for you in round 3 if you didn't get them yet. And overall, pretty strong deck, a lot of control, a lot of poisons, a lot of locks, and actually a surprising amount of tempo, especially with the leader. Nothing too revolutionary here. The only thing we're going to do that's a little bit different is we're going to try out today a card we don't see too much, which is Master of Disguise. So Master of Disguise is a 4/4. He's a human agent. The reason I wanted to try him out is because of the agent tag. I was debating playing the Arbalisters in a 4-position slot, because we haven't tried them out too much after their nerf, when they got that 6 counter cap. But they are not an agent or a vampire, so they don't trigger the Ardfiend to give out a status. Now, normally you see people running a couple other agents, like the disloyal ones, but I wanted to give a shot to, yeah, these two you usually see, but I want to give a shot to these guys, see if they're any good still, try them out. Basically, there's an enemy that's locked, he's a 1 point per turn engine, and we can lock stuff pretty easily. So that's the idea here. Pretty standard stuff, trying out that new guy. Let's go get into some games, see how this plays out. Cashew 10. Reminds me of Cashew, then Nut. Playing some Handbuff, probably Renfrey Handbuff. Non-Renfrey Handbuff, I mean, you could do Golden Necker, but really, outside of those, there's not really much that's justified, just because the Renfrey synergizes so well with Handbuff. Obviously, we don't want that in our hand. We don't want to play too much here. We do have a lot of tall punishes, so we're not too scared of a long round against him. I mean, he'll have one big tall finisher, but we can deal with that. So we've got a bunch of this. Double poisons, I don't think we really need those, especially not this round. Normally, I would say play your long round 2 and 3, but against his deck, we might want to pressure the round 2 and try and go for a Joachim round 3. Debating still. Let's put this back, I guess. He's not going to have a tall card here. And let's just open up pretty nice and easy here. They probably play like 1 lock in the deck. I don't want to have this first guy locked. Well, there's an argument to play this first. Like one without the Crystal Skull right away, so it gets the flanking. You know, flanking. 1 card. Stratagem counts as a card. But I think it's more valuable just have him like this. I'm going to go with something with Veil. That's annoying. Let's just drop the second one in here. We do have a lot of options, right? Because we have a lot of potential on this Thirsty Dame if we need it. We also have this. This can thin out of our deck right now. I think this is a situation where longer round 1 is kind of warranted. We have some decent options. This is pretty good. The only thing is we don't have... Go this would grab Ardfiend. If we go Ardfiend, we don't have a spying to really do for the coup. Yeah, this probably isn't going to work out too well here. I think we're just going to end up passing end of the day, which is not a good thing. We could do a little bit of a push here. I mean, Roderick could have something. Could do this. I think this plays into control off of this right now. So does this. Roderick isn't the most consistent thing. Let's just go this safe play, drop these down. We will get some armor here, which is a little bit nice. This is a non-committal safe play. Obviously, you want to thin with those guys. I wonder what we do here. I don't think he's going to buff this. It's weird he hasn't used the hand buffs yet. So maybe it's not a Renfrey Golden... Maybe it's a Golden Necker version. So he's playing, obviously, not Renfrey. So it's a little different than the Renfrey one. These are more valuable. You don't get a new leader to replace them. Over the bomb. That's honestly not that good for him. So now, though, we do have the option of going in here with either, probably with a Thirsty Dame. If it's Golden Necker, I really would like to keep doing stuff here. So Golden Necker offers a really potent tempo card that we can force out. Forcing out Renfree is not as good because the Renfree gives a lot of carryover on her leader. The Golden Necker, once they use it, it's gone. Debating if we want to go probably with... We're going to do an Aristocrat next. I don't want to do this because it could look at the Ardfian. Okay, we do grab the Gold Necker. Like I said, this is important here. This is probably the Handbuff artifact. He's got a Purify. It doesn't do much for him. It saves him 3 points.
I'm so tired.
Yep, there's the hand buffing. So I think we played long round 1 here, long round 2. Try and bleed everything out. That was his big tempo card. It's a shame we can't kill this. Let's do the... Well, we can with Rosa, which is why I want to play her soon. Well, obviously we're not giving him that. Grab our Ardfian. Do a lot of points there. If he doesn't have an answer to the Thirsty Dame, this round should be pretty secure. However, with hand buff, he's going to have big tempo plays. If he's got a Sheldon in there, we're looking pretty scared, actually. Do some more hand buffing. Pretty normal here for the hand buff deck. So what you do, you replay this. It's essentially 6 hand buff, which is a little bit better even than Ithleen. It's pretty nice overall. Just think we have a little too much going on here. Is this locked card or locked unit? It's locked unit. That's kind of funny. This is, I think, the only locked artifact in the game. I was wondering if it had an interaction. It does not. Let's do this. Let's do the agent here. Give out the spying. Let's do this one. We can coup it now, but it doesn't do much. It's just a coup on a big unit. Let's kill her. Stop that hand buff from going on. And honestly, we have a lot of options here. We're up quite a bit. I think we just drop this guy down. Okay. This round 1 pressure just got to him, I guess. We do have Tall Punish for his things later on, so if we end up with round control, we can just kill everything. And, okay, I'm not... Our pronunciation on that's not going to be correct. So, it's the Bicker Master. I like that portrait picture there. I like it. We are going up against Stockpile Siege almost certainly. Now, this is going to be annoying. We do want to find our lock cards. We do have a very strong long round, but so does he. That is something to worry about, potentially. He's going first, too, and if he puts Veil on something, we have very limited means to remove it. So we're going to give up this round 1, I think, here. So we kept the Ardfian, so we shuffle it back in round 2. We won't redraw it. Let's drop a couple guys down here. I think we could do a lock here. We're going to end up playing probably this card, and this. We want to do this. I think we do the lock. Ooh, no Retaining Secret Surface. That's curious. I think that's pretty normal for Stockpile. Let's do this. Grab that Thinning. I'm curious to see whose long round wins here. Okay, so there's an Onager here. We got to commit an Onager and both reinforced ballistas. That's kind of interesting. I don't think you normally want to do that. And then here we'll just drop this down. I value these a lot more just because they can combo with a Thirsty Dame. Caro Ballista. We'll give him the pass. I wonder here what his plan is. Like, these 3 here, especially the Ballistas and the Onager, are really good for the long round. He must be concerned. I think he'll have enough control. Also, no Temple here, by the way. Put this back. This will probably get points. But I think I'd rather have poison. There's the siege. He's just going to go for it. Not surprising, honestly. Now, I think this is a good turn to go with the Rosa. He's out of boiling oil range. Let's give him one of these. He has no... I don't think he has a way to kill this yet. Without... Because he can't boiling oil it. He doesn't have a damage order on the board. So I think this is a perfect turn to play her. Consult. Well, I think we can kill that Rafard's Vengeance and then get a Rafard's Vengeance. That seems good to me. He's going Hensult here. I'm honestly just debating doubling up on it. So we could Imposter this, and then we could Rosa it. I think we normally thin down to 5 or 6. Give us 2 of these. We're at least going to Rosa the Rafard's Vengeance. But the thing is, if we do the Imposter, we'd actually get 2 of them. Let's do this first. It's an agent. I think we just can coup it now, too, but we don't have the coup. You know what? This seems fun. Let's do it. And we'll just go in here and we'll do a lock. Probably on this. This seems fun. Let's do the double. Double Vengeance. I don't know if this is the ideal play. I'm pretty sure it isn't, but you know, we are at the end of the day trying to have some fun here. We could do some double things like this with too, right? Like we could potentially double poisons or stuff like that. Seems very interesting. He's just going to go for the leaders to kill these. He could just do 2 leaders and get one of them. But he can't kill both, which is worth noting. Still have 1 left. Obviously we're down a lot of points here. We're going to have to go with Amir.
The North shall tuck tail and beg for mercy.
Let's drop a pikeman. Was our mirror play. This is going to play, I think, the second pikeman. As much as I'd like to trigger this ability, it's more important just to get our guys out melee. Just so they have those extra points. I think we just take one of these guys. Take the... I don't want to take this one because it would block our flanking. But if we can like set these up to steez, that would be nice. Pretty sure we're going to play this.
A taste of Northling, is it?
Vampire Agent. Let's do Vampire. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. He loses 6. So it's uneven right now, but I don't want to seize this because we don't have any to move. So the flanking's kind of stuck where it is. We're going to lose one of them here, though. He's got the lock. On Amir. He must have a punish. We do have the option of coup here. We are actually short on poisons without this scenario. But that being said, I think scenario here is a fine play. We probably do need to use it at the end of the day. Boiling oil gives him reach to kill one of our guys. He's going to heat wave our scenario. That's kind of fine. He's going really hard here. If we can just keep Joachim Coup, we should be good on round 3. That shouldn't be too hard, right? Because we have this. This is 3 statuses.
Give me my son.
The other thing here is I want to do this because we can set up so we know the top card of our deck is a poison. That'd be helpful. You don't have a spying yet, neither do you. So we can set up the top card of our deck being a poison. Then let's just drop in some more poisons here. Not poisons, I should say bleedings. Do one there, do one there. Slowly eat away on these. We know the top card of our deck is another thing of the Empire. And honestly, as long as we can remove this hand silt, we should be good. He might take the pass here, but he is really committed to this round. It is sad we're 1 damage short of killing him. So he doesn't go for it here. We can just coup. Just do a coup here. We could grab this. 3, 6. Down 2 points. Then we could keep the Joachim.
What can I do for you?
Do the Joachim though. Guess we don't have to. With 2 here. And we do it the Joachim still. So this should be nice. Go in here. Usurper, Joachim, coup. That's a lot of short round points. A lot of short round points there. I don't even know if we want the poisons necessarily. What are we looking at in our deck? We've got Roderick, Philippe, some stuff. These aren't really the best. That's pretty good. And obviously we've used our Imposter, so I don't think we can set you up very easily. We can do this first. And let's see what he wants to do. And set this up to try and put a Thirsty Dame on top. And we should be good here. He went really hard round 2. Let's just do this to get out a status effect. This does die to boiling oil, but we're not going to not play it. So that's a poison on top for the Joachim. The 1 spying is not worth much here. It's like 1 point. So we should be able to kill this here. This will do the poison. Do this. Grab another poison. Roderick, does that find any golds? It does not. So we actually want to get rid of the Roderick here. We don't want to give him like 9 free points. And he's just giving up. We do kind of have this. Zero ETC. Or I guess 0, etc. Gonna be a Reaver player. Everyone's favorite, or least favorite deck, I should say. Now, we have enough locks that we shouldn't struggle too much against this. Right? But we just have to find them, because obviously we don't have one in our hand at the moment. Which does make things a little hard. I want to actually keep both of these, because they can give us stuff with the locks. Poison's not as great here. There's a lock, that's perfect. Debating keeping this to engine with them, as opposed to this. This is better with a mirror. It's probably still better, actually. So let's just begin with this. He's going to open a Darin. Is he going to open a Scenario, open a Scout? Probably like something that makes a Reaver. Queen Adelia would be a good pick for him here, but we do have locks. Like, we have 3 locks in hand. 4th lock on leader, 5th lock on this. I should shut this round down. Oh, it's Arbalisters. I mean, it still could be Reavers. I wonder if it's worth locking this then. It's targeted damage, which is annoying. If we play this and he goes boiling oil, we actually purify the veil. Is that bad? It's not ideal.
Don't ask a lady her
Let's do it anyway.
It's unbecoming.
Okay, there's the Secret Service. We knew he had that. But he doesn't have a Purify on a lock. Right now, at least. If it's not Reavers, and this is like Centurion Mages or something, this would be very interesting. I think I recently said in Northern Realms video no one plays this deck. So if that's what it is, you know. We can always be wrong. No one's... Obviously, sometimes some people do. I just don't see him. I wonder what he's going to do here. I don't think either of those really play Boiling Oil, which is the Punish card. I mean, honestly, it might just be Reavers with, like, Viz in it. I find it hard to imagine it's not just Reavers.
Shit, I knew it. I told you so, you idiot.
That's a card we need to lock. Obviously, it's a Purify, though. Does mean it's going to be really hard to shut this down. So you don't actually have, like, real damage. We're going to have to lock this. So we have to lock this. If we put Bleeding on it to kill it, we risk giving him a second one. And if we do that, he has the option of... we don't have the option of copying with the Servants. I like Bleeding this better than the Scout, because you might teleport the Scout or something. Now, if this is Reavers, we are going to have problems. Potentially. So it's not, it's just pure Arbalisters. Interesting. Still kind of scared of Casting Contest, but I think we just go second Thirsty Dame here. I don't want to go long round against this necessarily, so he does have a lot of damage. We have second Thirsty Dame as an option. We have Philippe as an option. Honestly, I think the early Philippe here makes a lot of sense. So I want to pull this out. Yeah, I like this. He still has a couple damage points, but I'm more scared of an Arbalist than I am of Redanian Archer. So obviously the Arbalist is a higher ceiling. The Archer is more consistent damage. Although we did commit one of our better cards here in the Philippe, but I think round control is going to be worth it, and I'd rather commit him than be forced like dump Usurper. And if we're going to go round 2, which I think we will to try and force mobilization, I'd rather have the Ardfian out now. So we can go Amphibious Assault. Is it Onager? It is going to be the Onager. So that's a card we want to lock. Fortunately, we have a couple locks here. We also have the Philippe. If he's not killing the Philippe, we can just consistently do the locks with him, which is fine. That's an agent. We'll give this a spying. And I think we might as well do a copy here. That should do it. We should have enough control here that he doesn't want to continue. Forbidden Magic time, okay. I see. That's actually a really good card at the moment. I think we want to lock that. But like I said, as long as we have the Philippe here, locking is really not going to be hard. Agent, I think we'll put that back. This Philippe really is carrying here. Alright, we get the round there. It was really important we locked this, because it set up everything else. And it stops him from getting another one. Now, I think here we'd like to go Emir. Just because I'm not really comfortable going up against a long round double whatever. There is Emir. Looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 golds. Want to redraw then. That is potentially a really good one to open with. Yeah, let's open with that one. I mean, just give him the 1 point. Vampire, let's just give this bleeding to. That way it can, we'll force it out early, like he won't have this for another Purify. And he shouldn't have a good way to kill this Rosa, which could then threaten his engines, might force out the mobilization. We'll go for the lock on it. Yeah, that does work. Probably give him a 1. So let's die, then we can go Emir. Emir into a Thirsty Dame. Feels pretty good here.
The North shall tuck tail and beg for mercy.
The Pikeman draw is really nice.
Have I something in my teeth?
We won't put this in the bottom, just because we know we have the other one in our hand. It doesn't give us a status right now. The fact that he went for a Amphibious Assault on the Margarita there is pretty nice. I don't think this deck really plays, like I said, I don't think this deck plays Boiling Oil. See this Forbidden Magic already. Reavers are, not Reavers, the Revenants are kind of scary. They were more scary round 1, we had a whole bunch. Oh, he is playing the Boiling Oil. Shame. That is a shame. Still drop this down next, though. Looking at for golds, you've got Ball, Joachim, and Ku. The bad option here would be Joachim Ku. Well, it's not that bad, honestly. He is Veil, right? Yeah. So we could go with the Hunting Pack. Could also go Roderick here. Don't have 2 Aristocrats if we were to grab Scenario, though. We're at least doing this. We're in actually a really tough spot now, because we're going to end up in a short round against his leader still active. I mean, our leader's still active too, but only answers half of his. Locking the Rosa was really bad for us. That being said, there's a really high chance he's running this. Alright, there's a Reaver. We can now coup if we need to on the Reaver. So that is a play we can do. Want to Roderick. I think we do want to Roderick. I want to stick it on the side. Let's do the Joachim. Nothing good to copy, unfortunately. We seize this, he still kills it, right? See what we're looking at here. That's what we hate to see. Let's give this a bleeding. Give this a bleeding. Let's go to that. Another one of his Revenants. We seize this again, doesn't really do anything. We do give, I think we have to pass here. This feels bad, but there's no point in continuing at this rate. It is bad that the coup's on the bottom. But against these Reavers, we don't have locks left in our hands. There's nothing we can do. It's pretty unfortunate. But we can Imposter whatever he doubles up on, then we'll have one and he'll have one. We still have Ball on top of our deck. Then we will have the 2 Aristocrats because he'll evolve. With Ball, we've got some potential here for sure. Oh, is that double poison? So the other options we're going to draw into these. I do want a lock rather than a poison, I think. Issue 2 purifies already. Ah. Let's hope we can get this guy. That is a shame. Really wanted that lock. That being said, we're going to lock with the leader, so these will actually end up being decent engines. But let's see what he wants to double up here. Princess Adda deck. Let's begin with this. Now, obviously, Reavers are kind of scary. He has the Botchling still. There's no Purifies, though, that we know of. I'm pretty sure he played 2 of these out of... He played 1 Forbidden Magic. I think he played 2 out of hand. So I actually think he has, like, a Revenant, unless he's playing Drog. Of course, he does have the 2nd Forbidden Magic, but at the moment, this is a great turn for our Thirsty Dame. She should be safe here. It's a Botchling. We need to lock that. Could poison it instead. Not transforms. There's no point in poisoning it. What are we talking about? Feels bad these are poisons on that, and when we're also locking it. But I want to develop this. Two of these guys drop down for engines next. Because we're going to play these next, right, for their engine points, then finish with this. I guess and then we poison this guy again. And then that way we can have 3 targets for this spying. I think we're in a decent spot still. Okay, Reaver Scout is a very scary card, though. If he has a Cintron Royal Guard in his hand, we're just dead. But let's see. Royal Guard's the scariest thing here. So Drog, that's fine. Fortunately, it's cursed. I think we're dead. Alright, he got us. GG. He can kill off one of our guys here. It's not necessarily GG. We do have 10, 14. We have a 19-point last play. I'm just concerned that whatever this is. Actually, this is 13 because we have the Thirsty Dame out too. It's not really GG. I think that was a little premature. I think we still can do this. It just depends what his card is. It's like a PFI. That's a lot of points. It's a Bloody Baron. Not a good reset, so we're pretty happy with that, actually. No, we're still good. We're still good. We're still good. We do this. We give out the 3 spyings. Barely, but that was an end. That was that was scary there. I was really worried about Cintron Royal Guard. But yeah, I guess he still had one. He didn't have a Reaver, but he could play the Drog. The Drog gave 7 more points on the Adda. I didn't think about that. That's why I was a little more confident prior to him doing that. Back to Sad. I'm assuming that's a numeral too. Knights. Knights do not really like getting locked or poisoned. They go pretty tall. That should be kind of nice. The long round is really good, right? We can go 2 long rounds, like just pass round 1 and go round 2 and 3. The downside with that is we give up the option of doing the round 1 into 2, denying the Erendite boosting, because the Erendite killing off our Philippe is really sad. However, with Crystal Skull, I don't think we can really contest the round 1. We can thin our deck here, though. I think we'll go with this. Probably drop a Fangs or a Servant. Let's see. Servant Lock copying is pretty nice. We're going to play 3 cards, right? This we get to do for free because he's going to use Crystal Skull. This is kind of nice later. Not as good as this, though, so I think we might do these 3. There's the Immortals. He did not veil it. That being said, we don't actually have a lock in our hand, so it's kind of safe here, just how it is. Could threaten with a poison, I suppose. Let's threaten with the poison. So no Secret Service, good information. The nice thing about poisoning this is if they give it Veil, it can't re-shield itself. So that's really nice. We could go... I mean, really realistic here, we're not actually pushing. Just have that set up. It's just the weakest card in our hand. We can now copy a poison with this if we need to. It's obviously just too much. It could be funny and give him a Veil. We're playing this anyway. Can't re-shield itself now, which is pretty funny, and it can't get infused by the other guy. Doesn't matter at all because we're passing here, but it's pretty funny interaction that I don't think he would expect. If we were going to play this round longer, that would actually be really annoying for him. These decks normally have what? Control for control, they have 1 Erendite, 1 Heatwave. That's normally what they're working with. Which means we probably lose Rosa, Philippe. But maybe not Thirsty Dames, we'll see. Hey, look, no more shields for you. No shields. We don't have the points here to contest anyway, but this is funny. He's trying to get that shield up, but it's not working. Alright, the locks are what we're looking for. This we want to stay in our deck. Who's nice? There's a lot of gold cards in hand. Missing Joachim, though. Missing Thirsty Day, missing the Pikes. Missing the Pikes is a sad. This into a mirror into this is good. Then we have the access to these. I kind of like where we're at right here. Do have the Roderick after all. Let's see what he wants to do. Ideal situation here is he pushes really hard. We stop him. Go to round 3. We win. So I think we can beat the Knight long round with the locks on all the Grace cards. But we'll see. He probably has like 1 Peller for Purifying. He's going to go here. He's going for it. He is going for it. Our options are Amir or just go with our own scenario. Scenario first makes a lot of sense because Amir can double trigger it. And we can do a poison next turn and kill the Maiden Shield. Or if he goes Vandergrift, we can poison that. Alright, now we can't. However, that was the Heat Wave. And what that means is... Was Erendite's at 5, right? Erendite's at 5. So this is safe. This is not safe. So let's do this. We can't give him anything that does damage, so we're stuck giving him that. He might go Erendite on the Thirsty Dame here, which then will give us free reign to go Philippe. Probably play the other Thirsty Dame first. Amir Thirsty Dame, I should say. But we don't need to play Amir if we don't... Like, we don't want to play Amir unless we have to. He actually is pretty nice for getting a long round with a lot of statuses out. I wonder... So we do probably go... If you place a card here, we probably go Emir into this. It should give us a card advantage, which is worth playing him for. We could slow down the Erendite boosting. That'd be nice. Oh, is this going to be the Erendite right now for the 5? That's at 6 now. Okay. That's right, because it was 5 when we played the scenario. That being said, this is pretty good. We don't have an Echo card. The thing is, I think she's safe. I think we can just sit her here. I think she's perfectly safe. Right? Because I think that's the control they play. I don't recall them playing anything else. And these aren't great targets to hit with her. Let's go Emir. Well, actually, before we Emir, we should do this. We'd like to draw that. That'd be nice. We'll go Emir.
Patience is not a virtue I am known to have.
Let's play... I don't want to do the lock yet. Let's play a Thirsty Dame. He's not going to be great round 3. He does have an Erendite for that. Still want to draw that. Let's do it. I don't want to risk our card advantage. Like, we want to keep that card advantage, and obviously, we might as well kill this, because if he keeps going, it's going to get pretty big. There's the lock. That's fine. Let's go Pikeman. So for control, we have 1 lock, we have Philippe. Now, Philippe's pretty safe this round. Next round, he's not going to be safe. So if we use him, I think this round makes a lot of sense to use him for some blocks with this. There's the Maiden Shield. He's going for it now. You don't see that very often. Must have a Purify. Because now we can just... Actually, he already has 2 statuses. Give him the poison. We have... Thirsty Dame. We're not going to draw the Thirsty Dame. I just want to get more statuses out then. We do have the coup. I want to coup this potentially. Get bleeding there. Let's get another one. Now, if he goes for that Maiden Shield, we do have the poison set up. Oh, he's playing Artifact Compression. That is a big surprise and a big issue. It's a big issue. That is a big issue. We have coup. We could coup the Margarita on this. We can also just play our guy. I like this. We'll just lock this. If the Grace doesn't go off, she's not getting her Grace either. Guess play another card then. Fergus is pretty nice. Don't need that round 3. We'll just use this. Sacking. Oh, he's got an ale. Now we do have a really big problem. So that's unlocked. I think with the coup the Margarita here, unless he uses his leader, he's already used the leader. Whatever he infuses, we have to coup the Margarita onto, which is kind of sad. I really have to look for a poison then. Roderick gets us Joachim, Fergus. So what we need to do here is stack a poison, like this Fangs, to the top of our deck. It'd be pretty hard to do though.
The Emperor. Long live the Emperor.
We do still have some points here. He's gonna have a huge tempo swing here. This is not going so well. Maybe we should have gone lock last turn with the Margarita. I wanted to go for the poison big play. So it's gonna give him a couple points. More than a couple. Well, I think we have to do this now. Either that or coup this. Well, honestly, the coup is really good. Right? The coup is really good because it has Echo.
What can I do for you?
He might have another ale, but I don't think you'd keep 2 ales in hand. Maybe against our deck you would. He's going to go for the second ale. Oh, he's not. He's going all in here. I think we can survive this. We have a really big imposter.
Let's give up now.
Okay, so we're going to do this. Do this. Grab our Joachim.
These I invade. These I sign a treaty with.
We got some more statuses. We don't need that anymore, I don't think. Still keep our up card here. Should be good. We did have to use our last gold units there, which is a bit of a shame. But I think that Usurper will be enough here. Although, to be fair, he still has Erendite, which is a big play. We don't have a good way to set up a coup, outside of maybe a bleeding, which means we'd want the Hunter, actually. Question is, if we go for this first, will he kill it? Probably not. Let's do this.
A superb
It's just really good if we can go Emperor afterward. I don't think it's a Boiling Oil in here. I think he's just got his 2 big removals. And he wants those extra points on the Erendite, so he probably won't kill this right away. If he doesn't kill it right away, then we have a bunch of like damage negated by this getting bigger. Usurper. Then we can get out spying with this, which will then let us coup. This should be pretty good. What are we doing here? And maybe he's realizing he's in a bad spot. But that's what happens when you all in round 2. Okay, what are we grabbing? Sure. It's not too bad value in all honesty. Let's go here.
Wash this blood from my hands.
Agent and human, so we'll give out a tag. He does have the Erendite, but honestly, it's not the worst thing here. 7 points. He's going tall on his guy. I'll do this for the 2 bleeding.
Vultures dare venture into the Von Morlohem's wood.
Is there a point in waiting on this? Yeah, we could put the spying, if we see spying, onto a better unit to hit with coup. Oh, Neuromancy, what's his last best card? What is it? Maybe like Vandergrift? Mad Charge. He's just going to go really tall. Gives us full value on our bleeding here. We're just fine though, right? Alright, he's done. So that's the deck, guys. Some imposter statuses for you. Pretty heavily requested deck. It's pretty popular on the ladder too. And you can see why. It has some pretty strong long rounds, right? Those poisons and locks. You can deal with opponents' long rounds that are engine based. Do some tall punishes. You've got some good short round points in things like Usurper and Coup and Joachim. As far as the exact card options here, we have, I don't think there's really, honestly, too much flexibility anymore. I think this has been pretty well optimized. The one I do want to mention, though, is Admiral Rompoli. Where are you, Admiral? I thought he was 13. He is 13, I must be blind. So Admiral Rompoli is a 4 for 13, right? He can do lock, poison, and spying. I mean, those are all good. The downside of him is it's 13 provisions. Like, what do you give up? I think it's probably you'd give up a mirror if you wanted to run him. Which I debated. But to be honest, I've played Rompoli in the past, and I haven't tried out Emir. Even while, like, I'm not a big status player, so I haven't tried out Emir. So I figured we'd just try him out. And you could play Rompoli over him. I just think Emir's double engine development is pretty strong. I think it's a little stronger. And to be honest, like, I've done enough of Rompoli that I wanted to change it up a little bit. As for the rest of it, like Ball, yes, you have to play it. Fiend, yes, you have to play it. It's your consistency card. It thins. It also just gives you points. Like, this is so good in Aristocrats. Gives you, like, how many times we click this a game? 5? No, way more than 5. Like 5, 7, like 7 times. And each time, you're not getting always a point on it, but usually getting a couple points from it over each round because you're, well, more than a couple, getting a bunch of points from it because you're giving out things for Thirsty Dame, things for Aristocrat, Bleeding, that kind of stuff. Usurper, I actually think is really strong. The engines here is just so good with Emir. Every time something gets a spying, boost self by 1. And one important thing to note here that I don't think we made clear in the game is if something already has spying, and you click on it to give it spying, it counts as giving it spying again. So something already has spying, and you apply spying again, he still gets another point, which is really nice. At 11, that's a pretty reasonable amount of provisions to include him. Then we have Joachim Coup. I was one of those people who didn't always play Joachim Coup. The short round potential, though, it just gives you the points you need in a short round. And you go tall with so many different cards that it's not bad to go tall more, right? Like some decks, if you go tall with exactly like, say Frost, right? That's not the best example. Let's say like Scoia'tael midrange. You go tall on exactly Gourd and sometimes Great Oak. And then maybe something like a Vitality from like Frogs. Those two cards are pretty likely to get tall punished because your only tall punishes in the deck. Specifically Gourd, because Gourd's going to be like 15 or something. Gourd's probably going to get tall punished. If everything in your deck, or like 5 or 6 cards are tall, they can't tall punish everything, so someone gets to stick. And that's kind of the thing with Joachim Coup, right? This, plus your Thirsty Games go really tall. There's a lot of tall things the opponent has to pick between killing. So, I think this is super good. Rosa, we had very little Rosa payoff here. Like, you saw some Rosas, but usually you got shot locked, or like she didn't kill the best thing, but she's incredibly strong, because the opponent has to answer her. Like, if she's not answered, you get another Joachim, you get their best card. It's just so detrimental to the opponent that I think she's really strong. I don't think there's any option to remove her. And you definitely can't remove Philippe. Let's be real here. You need him to give out those poisons and locks and everything. You got the Fergus. The 3 spying is really great because you're actually, now that you're playing Usurper, you got 3 points on Usurper, you get 3 points on Thirsty Dame, 3 points on Aristocrat. Well, it's really solid. And then Thirsty Dames you have to play. You have to play the Pikeman with the Thirsty Dames. The Sisters Aristocrat, I really think you do want to play. I really wanted to. I debated as much as cutting a Roderick to go with the second one. Like, cut Roderick and put an Imperial Diviner for a Purify. And the Aristocrat, I was running that for a while. So I was testing before recording. But just the Roderick, I think the additional consistency is way more valuable. I just wanted to try it out. And as much as I like the second Seditious Aristocrat, and the Diviner is actually really key at purifying, because if you get locked on Philippe, it's actually kind of it. You don't have a Purify in the deck. So I really wanted to run this. The downside then is just you don't have the Roderick consistency. At the end of the day, that's just better, I think. Then we have the Master Disguise. We'll talk about him in a minute. And then I think these 4, like, you always play these 4, right? They're the status guys. Which leaves just the Master of Disguise. Look at the 4s in Nilfgaard. I don't think they're the best choice. They didn't really do much for us. You saw in a lot of these games we're developing engines and then locking. And in that process, there's not a good turn really to drop the Master of Disguise down. Right? Because normally what you do is like play Alba Pike, then drop a Thirsty Dame, and then maybe you lock something, and then you'd play the Disguise, and then it doesn't have enough turns to get a ton of points. So realistically, I think either the Arbalist as a proactive one you can play before something like Pike, or before something like Thirsty Dame that might also eat a control hit is better. Or probably just going in with like the Disloyal cards here. That's what I'm thinking, at least right now. However, I do enjoy the Master Disguises. We're going to keep playing them for a little while, so we get some value out of them. But that's the deck, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed some Nilfgaard statuses, and it's still quite strong. Still a very strong deck, still very annoying to go up against. And if your opponent's playing a bunch of tall cards, they're going to be really sad to see this. Anyway, that'll be it for this one. We'll see you next time. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.